fish. He's also one of the few people on Earth who's studied the fabled goonch firsthand. The team heads first to the local ashram. A priest bestows blessings. Yakub hopes this holy place will bring him luck and entice the river to give up an adversary with a frightening reputation. There's no concrete proof of anyone dying by a goonch assault, but Vinay has heard locals describe devastating attacks.
I know of a boy which got taken by a fish in the Kali River, and I've spoken to the boy's mother. She is still in a state of shock.
The late 1980s. A local mother's young son splashes in the river shallows until something strikes from below. Pulled under, the boy disappears, never seen again. Vinay has also heard of livestock gone missing with no warning.
I spoke to a person who was eyewitness to his buffalo being grabbed by something and pulled underwater.
And there's another chilling local belief that goonch stalk the waters below funeral pyres. Open-air cremations are a sacred Hindu tradition. As wooden burial platforms burn, human remains fall or are pushed into the waters beneath.
So Hindus burn their dead. When a person dies, the body is taken to a river. Even if a dead body is partially burnt, it is put into the river, and the funeral is over. Half-burnt bodies, obviously, they leave a scent trail.
The Kali and Ramganga rivers are common funeral pyre sites. Some experts think, as hungry river scavengers, the goonch flock here, vulture fish cruising for a macabre but easy meal. That this is how the goonch grows so large, and why the fish may now have a taste for live human meat. One thing's certain, thanks to a trait called indeterminate growth, the longer goonch live, the bigger they grow. With virtually no natural predators, flesh-feeding alpha goonch can reach terrifying proportions, potentially large enough to hunt a human target. Some locals like Vinay believe the attacks may be perpetrated by just a few renegade goonch, or even a single lone predator with a grisly appetite.
Fish actually get used to consuming the dead bodies. Maybe there's one particular fish which has taken a liking to dead bodies. Maybe there was someone close to the dead body or something, and someone was vibrating in the right manner, and this one went for it. And from there on, it's developed a taste for human beings or anything in the shallows which moves.
Yet others residing near the river fear a far scarier scenario. The goonch's craving for human flesh is a recent development. As its natural habitat faces construction, pollution, and overfishing, the ancient species may be forced to find new food, including Homo sapiens, dead or alive. Adaptive feeding is a common phenomenon among successful predators.
The fishes will be pushed into peripheral habitats. Their food sources may be taken away. They're going to be shifting and maybe preying on other things.
And while in some habitats, aggressive commercial fishing and poaching threaten the goonch with extinction, it's humans who may be most in danger here. "3 p.m. Vinay's intimate knowledge of the river leads the team to an ideal goonch hideout, a rocky underwater lair near recent goonch sighting ground zero.
Wow, this pool looks really great. Let's try it, yeah. We cast our bait into a very deep pool where goonch lives. We are getting closer to the place where big goonch sightings happen. I'm so excited to catch this fish, big enough to eat a human. But something is definitely tasting the fish.
Yes. Very strange.
It's not current because otherwise it would move left or right, but not towards us.
Maybe eels, big eels.
Maybe. Did you see it?
Towards us.
Already it's 3 or 4 times, you know?
Yeah.
Jakub feels a sudden tug, a bite. The powerful fish pulls hard against his line.
I'm reeling as fast as I can. I'm praying it's a big goonch, but the water is murky. I'm thinking it can be something else. But I'm so excited to see the giant devil catfish. I just want to get it in as fast as I can.
The fighting whopper is surprisingly strong. In muddy waters, Jakub has no way of knowing what's on the end of his line. At any moment, the angler fears his line might snap under pressure. He gives a strong tug and gets the fish to the surface.
Beautiful, Masha.
It's no goonch, but it is one of the most coveted freshwater fish on Earth.
Beautiful.
A golden mahshir.
I didn't expect to catch masha. The bait was there for the goonch, and I'm using strong steel wire and 2 big single hooks. So I really didn't expect that, but it's a beautiful fish. I'm very happy about it. Well, if you hold the fish.
Now, with the fish on shore, Jakub reaches in to remove the hook.
Yeah, I'm trying to get the hook. Yeah, that's it.
Before releasing the fish, the angler wants to examine his first ever mahshir conquest and the first catch of the Ramganga expedition.
Pure gold.
Marked by colorful fins, puckered mouths, and golden scales, golden mahshir are primarily found in these Himalayan waters. One of the world's largest carp, they're able to reach nearly 3 meters, weighing 68 kilos. Prized for their size, unique beauty, and power, for experienced anglers, mighty mahshir are some of the toughest freshwater contenders.
How much is it?
23 pounds.
That's a good fish.
Very nice fish.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Jakub guides the mahshir back to open water.
It's not a goonch, but I'm extremely happy that I can release this beautiful fish. Pure gold. Goodbye. See you next time.
It survived the catch, but the same mahshir may be destined for death by goonch.
The goonch is physically capable of eating large prey because it itself is large.
Catfish are notoriously greedy. Prawns and smaller fish are a common diet staple. Yet what could drive a goonch to crave mammal meat? Ocean predators like sharks are famous for bloody mammal kills. But what creates a flesh eater in a river?
In any ecosystem, there are predators evolved to eat meat simply because it's a high protein source. Everything needs to ingest protein. Typically, if you've got a high protein diet, you're going to grow bigger.
The goonch isn't the only freshwater stalker that may be hunting high-protein mammal prey. One of the most infamous meat-eating river beasts is the piranha. Though a single piranha rarely grows longer than 45 centimeters, these razor-toothed hunters attack in marauding mobs. Deadly packs are known to strip the meat off big kills in minutes, leaving only bones behind.
The piranha is special for the flesh-eating habits, basically, and its ability to take chunks of meat out of its prey. It has these very specialized teeth, triangular-shaped teeth with sharp edges that are very good at cutting into things and taking chunks out of them.
Jakub is no stranger to flesh-eating piranha. In 2008, canoeing on the Amazon River, Jakub casts, reels, and gets a strike. An aggressive fish whips and flails across the surface. A piranha. Getting it in the boat, Jakub tries to show the camera his catch's dagger teeth. But the fish snaps, tearing into Jakub's hand. The cut's deep, proof of a piranha's power. It's a bloody tangle with a flesh-eater's instinct for self-defense. Yet when it comes to devil catfish, Jakub wonders, when goonch attack, are they defending or hunting? Back at the Ramgunga, day 2, 8 a.m. After searching for 2 days, Jakub is determined to snare a goonch.
You see the place over there, you know, the small stream.
Changing tactics, the angler scans the water for the perfect spot to drop his rock-weighted bait by hand. An underwater nook where goonch like to hunt.
Okay, let's go. I just need to organize myself, stone, bait, and swim.
Paddling across, Jakub battles strong currents. Aware at all times he's in the unusual habitat of a fabled man-eater. Wading in the same waters that swirl around funeral pyres and their human remains.
What do you think? Very strong current.
Now, trying to time his drop with the water flow, Jakub must keep his bait from falling too deep between underwater boulders. But just as Jakub releases the bait, he spots a problem. Old abandoned fishing lines. Tied to bottles for ballast, the lines have been left behind by local fishermen. Now, they pose a danger. If they tangle with Jakub's active fishing line, they could cost him a goonch catch.
Thank you.
To clear them, Jakub heads back into the rushing current. He grabs the first of several bottle lines. Then, something goes wrong. As Jakub fights to stay upright, the river sweeps him downstream. Marshalling his strength, Jakub muscles his way back towards his targets. Reaching under, he grabs the remaining lines and yanks them as hard as he can. Success. He swims back to the bank.
It's very interesting to swim in the same river where they burn their bodies when they die. So I'm swimming in the river where thousands and thousands of people are burned every year.
Jakub resists fatigue, knowing a flesh-eating goonch may be lurking below. He hopes his weighted bait has landed near a river lair where goonch hunt, kill, and feed.
I can tell you the current is quite strong. I hope we can catch this fish.
Deep in goonch territory, Jakub may only truly be safe on dry land. After one alleged local attack, some believe even wading in these waters can be dangerous. 1988. the Kali River on the India-Nepal border. A 17-year-old boy wades into the water to cool off. The boy's girlfriend is nearby, with no idea what's stalking him below. But no one sees what happens next. Something suddenly grabs him, sucking him under, dragging him into the deep. A 3-day river search covers nearly a 5-kilometer stretch and turns up no remains. Many believe the young man was swallowed whole. Was the mysterious killer a giant goonch? The incident only fans the flames of the river beast's grisly reputation. Continuing his quest for the legendary man-eater, Jakub battles the dry season's blazing midday heat.
Whoa! This happens with all these stones around. Extreme heat, getting into the water. This is extreme fishing.
He heads even deeper down the Ramganga River. "6 p.m. Early evening. A deep water bend in the river. Reaching a bluff overlooking a potential devil catfish lair, Jakub sets up camp. He wants to test the theory that goonch, like many catfish, are active night hunters.
One last cast before the dark. Actually, we don't know if goonch eat in the day or only in the night, so we have to try it.
Several hours later, as everyone sleeps, a bite. But in the pitch black, Jakub can't get out of his tent in time. The next morning, it's a disappointing blow.
We had around 1:30. It was like definitely goonch, but what happened? We couldn't find a way from the tent. We didn't find a zip in time, so we lost the fish.
Day 3 of 7, 8 a.m. Jakub presses on. The night's mist catch suggests the expedition is zeroing in on prime goonch territory. The fishermen push onwards.
That could be a very good place over there.
10 a.m. downriver, drawing even closer to the recent goonch sightings.
If you're fishing for them in the daytime, then you have to know where the fish lie, the exact spot. So
Experienced guide Vinay Badola believes the team's found a goonch hotspot. A perfect storm of favorable conditions. Fast-moving water, deep rocky pools, and an abundant food supply. Targets for hungry goonch. Jakub's now on high alert. He must conserve his strength in the heat, so he waits near his baited line.
Hello, Texas!
A powerful strike.
Good fish. Good fish.
Strong fish, guys. It's very strong fish.
Now it's a race against time.
Yeah, a little bit more. Yeah.
Jakub fears if the fish is a goonch, its razor teeth could snap his line in two or hopelessly mangle the metal leader.
More to the left. Just bring the fish to him.
As Vinay coaches, Jakub struggles to stay hooked.
It's a very strong fish.
It's heading to the rock.
Okay.
But as the monster fights, trying to shake the hook, Jakub risks another line-cutting danger.
I have to be very careful with all these rocks in the water.
Keep the pressure on it. Keep the pressure on.
It's a very strong fish.
Under the water, the fish dives straight for the river's deepest cracks.
He's trying to get under the rock over there.
It's a trademark move of a heavyweight catfish.
Don't let it sit down. Just keep it swimming. Don't let it sit down.
I'm trying.
If the whopper finds a den to hide in, it could stress the line to its breaking point. Refusing to quit, with a strong heave, Jakub wrestles the beast to the surface.
Goonch! Goonch! Yes! 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 Woo!
It's a goonch. Jakub has no time to stop, but it's astonishing to see the mysterious monster fish in the flesh.
Goonch, finally I caught one! Yes! Woo!
The goonch is so unwieldy, Jakub's convinced to land it, he's gotta wrangle it by hand.
Let's go to the water.
Jakub, careful, careful.
Yeah.
It gets deep very quickly.
Don't make a mistake now. He's so heavy, he's like stone. I try to grab his tail.
At last, with a final grab,
Yes!
he's got the flesh eater in his arms.
What a beautiful fish!
Wow.
Look at this!
Awesome.
What a fish, what a creature! What a monster! Oh, goon giant devil catfish!
The goonch's wide, flattened body is built like a battering ram. Thick muscle covers a bony skeleton wrapped in a tough keratin skin, similar to human fingernails.
And look at these tiny small eyes and these whiskers, you know, and it's very interesting that goonch has bone in these whiskers. I don't know any other catfish which has bones inside the whiskers and the huge mouth full of big teeth. This is something, you know, prehistoric.
And like a shark, the goonch's triangle-shaped teeth are designed to stab and shred flesh.
Look the head. It's like stone. That's why he's so heavy. You know, look. Like stone. I would really love to stick my hand into his stomach, you know, to search what he eats. And but I will not make it because he would definitely bite me. I can imagine he's sitting on the bottom, you know, without single movement.
Exactly.
You know, and then a small fish is swimming around, or even big fish.
Exactly.
Let's unhook the fish. We have to be very careful.
Jakub estimates the goonch is over 1.20 meters long, weighing roughly 36 kilos.
What do you think? This fish is probably around 1.50 meters. The real monsters, they can grow, what do you think, about 3 meters?
3 meters should be a good possibility.
Okay, and such a big monster, I can understand now that such a big fish could be able to attack even adult person.
Yeah, quite comfortably. Because a 3-meter fish would have a head which is about this broad, and if it's this broad, that's broader than my shoulders, I'm sure it could have a go at human beings.
In potential human attack terms, a large catfish can bite and swallow more than 10% of its body weight. Based on this goonch's size, it could consume part of a human leg or arm. Jakub knows it's dangerous for goonch to be too long out of water. With a last look, he releases the beast.
And I need to continue with my fishing to find even bigger one. I'll let you go now.
Jakub's convinced a massive man-eater's still out there. Local attack stories describe a much larger specimen. A monster-sized flesh-eating fish. A devil catfish big enough to devour far more than a human arm. Jakub refuses to rest until he meets a giant goonch face to face. Day 4 of 7. After landing a 1.20 meter and 36 kilo goonch, Jakub Wagner and his team have only 3 days left to catch a fabled devil catfish big enough to devour a human. They push closer to the epicenter of prior goonch sightings.
We are crossing small river. Do we have a goonch here as well?
Maybe baby goonch.
Yeah. I hope they will not attack our jeep.
Heading deeper off the grid, the land eventually becomes too rugged for the jeep. To continue on, Jakub and his guide Vinay need specialized transportation.
We are trying to get on the very secret spot where should be a monster goonch. But only elephant can take us there. This is absolutely amazing place, Vinay.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Vinay's secret spot is deep in wild tiger country. So dangerous, even experienced guides won't cross the terrain on foot. In India, tiger attacks are a constant threat.